Nobody ever thinks about insurance until there's a foot of water in your basement. I'm Caitlin Mann with the Lisa Jackson team here to explore my town. Let's go check out Sharp Insurance Agency. I sell houses, and a lot of times when I execute an agreement of sale with my customers, I tell them that one of the first things they're going to need to do is get home insurance for protecting their new purchase. So when I give out Mike's name, first thing they do is they reach out to Mike to get a quote for a policy. What's that look like, Mike, when I send one of my buyers over to you?
Yeah, so appreciate that. Thanks for having me on today. Whenever Kate sends a buyer over, we always put the customer number one, right? So we're gonna reach out to them relatively quickly after she reaches out to them, just to let them know that we're gonna call. And then we're gonna take a little bit of time just to kind of understand them and help them through the process of this new home purchase, right? It should be the biggest purchase of their life. So we wanna make sure we're gonna provide them with the most protection that they need, understanding the insurance policy, so if they do need to use it, they kind of get an idea of what's in it, and they can always call us here at the office for any questions or concerns.
Do you have a preference, one versus the other? Like, what kind of options are available through Erie that you may be able to get on, like Travelers, that you may not be able to get on Erie?
So we have a number of different carriers, but like you said, we also have several other companies that we can write policies with too. Some of the companies are very specific on different types of dogs that they'll accept. Some of them are very specific on different types of ages of homes they'll accept. And so we like to be versatile, make sure that we have a carrier.
When you're buying a house, you own your sewer, your water, and your gas line from your dwelling all the way to the street. That's a very expensive repair if it does need to be dug up. What can Erie or Travelers do to help ensure those underground lines?
Yeah, so most of the carriers that we offer all have what's called buried utility lines coverage. And that coverage is going to protect you for any of the underground utility lines from your house to the public connection.
Some of the other things I like to talk about when it's relevant for buying a home with getting good insurance, most people aren't going to think about something like flood insurance or even just like your sewer line backing up. We just had a really bad storm here in the Pittsburgh area from Hurricane Ida's aftermath. I got water in my basement. Usually it's just a little trickle, but this time it was a stream. What can you do for people that they might not necessarily be in a flood zone, but what kind of added protections can you add on for flood and backup that would benefit a new home buyer that might not have ever heard of that?
Yeah, so these are two separate coverages. The standard homeowner's policy doesn't come with flood insurance. You can add what's called water or sewer drain backup coverage. So if any of those lines inside your house do back up and cause damage to the flooring, carpet, walls, property, anything like that, that's an add-on that you can have to your policy. Separate from that, being in Pittsburgh, we've had a couple of storms come through where subsurface water has entered your home and it's not really covered. So you can add a flood insurance policy. You don't have to be in a flood zone. It is an additional cost. It's a separate policy.
Are you able to bundle people to combine everything, like home and auto? And then tell me a little bit more about, do you have other services with insurance? Somebody said something about life insurance. What else can you do here?
So we're a full service agency. We offer auto, home, business, life, as well as financial services. A part of the bundling process when Kate sends a client over to us, we're gonna get to understand who they are and what they have in their home.
How does a customer go about getting their policy? Because most of the time now you do things online or you can do it over the phone. How do you work through your application process?
Yeah, I mean, you can call the office here, 412-207-9047. You can check out our website, fill out a quote request online. You can walk in. We're right here in Brentwood, PA. But any method that you need, we can do that for you. You don't have to walk in. In fact, I would say 95% of the people never come to the location. We deal with everything on the phone. Everything's document signed through the internet, so there's no issues there. But once you submit that request, that's when the real service is going to start, because from the minute that you want to become a client, we're going to make sure we do everything we can to make sure that you have what you need.
And that kind of personalized service is why I do recommend that all of my clients, buyers, sellers, that they all at least speak to Mike, because he can probably get them a better price, better coverage, and give that personal touch that every customer of the Lisa Jackson team deserves. People obviously have their right to shop anywhere they'd like, but I'd say almost all of my clients end up going with Mike because his service is fantastic and he's always available. We work through all types of issues that pop up with houses that had I been talking to one of those 800 number companies, the client might not necessarily have been able to give them the right information, and then they end up underinsured. So Mike's a fantastic asset to make sure that my clients get the service that they need.
As someone that serves our local community, I know it's vital to support our local small businesses. Please join me and we can do this together. If you want to be featured, reach out, send me a DM, or shoot me a text message.